Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on this Friday, November 11th, Veterans Day. Live from the campus of Appalachian State University, this is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Dylan Henson.
And I'm Holly Hodges.
We begin today with torrential rains here in the high country.
Remnants of what was once Hurricane Nicole are flooding the high country.
Our reporter, Lea Johnson, joins us now live from downtown Boone. Lea, how's it looking out there?
It is definitely a tropical storm. I am here at the Beasley Media Complex right now outside. As you can see behind me, this drainage pipe is completely overflowing with water, and what is normally just a small creek is also a monsoon today. All around campus, a lot of places are flooded. Today I witnessed Durham Park was completely flooded. Many walkways were unwalkable for students, and I saw a lot of students walking to class. It's very rainy out here. It is very wet, and there is a lot of flooding going on. There's a lot of flooding going on around campus, and there is a lot of flooding going around on the roads. If you have to go out today, definitely be very careful. Hydroplaning is a huge issue for driving fast in the rain. Make sure that everybody is comfortable. If you can stay home today, I would definitely recommend staying home, as is many roads and many sidewalks and walkways are completely flooded. The tropical storm Nicole is here today. It's going to be downpouring all day tonight and into the night and a little bit into tomorrow morning. We can expect to see 2 to 4 inches of rain, a lot of heavy wind gusts from 10 to 20 miles per hour, and we are also under a flash flood watch as of right now until 1 a.m. tonight. The rain has definitely gone down a little bit. It comes here and there from a downpour to a little bit of just the sprinkling, but it's definitely going to continue out throughout the rest of the day, so stay home if you can. I'm Lea Johnson with the Appalachian Weekly News. Back to you guys in the studio.
Yes, we definitely hope you guys stay safe if you plan to head out later today.
Today we honor all of the veterans that have served and are currently still serving our beautiful country. This morning, Appalachian State held a celebration ceremony for veterans at the B.B. Daughtery building. Refreshments and snacks were provided to guests and military personnel. During the event, the Color Guard marched and held up the American flag for the national anthem. A local veteran from Boone spoke at the ceremony and shared her personal experience in the military. Many people came out to this event and had an opportunity to thank the veterans for their service.
Earlier this week, millions of Americans expressed their right to vote for the midterm election. The State Board of Elections has not officially declared the winners, though roughly 99% of the total votes have already been counted, so the result totals may change. For North Carolina, Republican Ted Budd is the projected winner for the U.S. Senate. Budd received close to 51% of the total votes, beating the Democratic candidate Sherry Beasley, who received 47.1%, and the Libertarian candidate Shannon Bray, who received 1.4% of the total votes. In Watauga County, Beasley received 50.7% of the total vote, while Budd received 46.6% and Bray received 1.6%. Interestingly, neighboring and surrounding counties voted overwhelmingly in favor of Ted Budd. In Wilkes County, Budd had 78.7%, Beasley had 19.4%, and Bray had 1.3% of the total vote.
November is Native American Heritage Month, and App State's Office of Diversity is putting on a few different events to celebrate Indigenous faculty and staff. This past Wednesday, the Office of Diversity hosted a panel called We Are Here, where different Indigenous students and staff discuss what it is like being Native American at App State and what the month of November means to them. Throughout November, a Native American film series will be taking place at Greenbrier Theater in the Student Union. The film includes Inhabitants and Indigenous Perspective, which was shown this past Wednesday, and Another Word for Learning, which will be shown November 16th. The Native American Student Association is working with the Office of Diversity to make these films happen, and more events can be found on Engage. The town square of the High Country is wrapping up for the winter season. The Watauga County Farmers Market runs April through November. It is 100% producer-made and is known for its fresh produce, locally farmed meats, and many more. In addition to the market, you can find food trucks, a kids' corner, and live cooking demonstrations. The farmers market will wrap up on November 26th so be sure to visit the farmers market this Saturday and in the coming weeks leading into Thanksgiving. For more information, you can visit www.wataugacountyfarmersmarket.org.
As the weather continues to cool into next week, consider warming up by the fire Monday evening on Sandford Mall. Apps is hosting their Fireside Stories event from 7 to 9 p.m. Cozy up by the fire and hear some stories or enjoy free s'mores. Come out to enjoy a relaxing campfire experience without leaving campus.
Christmas is coming up, meaning families across the Carolinas will be flocking to the High Country to search for the perfect tree. The High Country is known for its variety of Christmas trees, and thousands of them are shipped each year. If you are looking to pick a Christmas tree in the coming weeks, here's some tips for taking care of it. First is to ensure you water your tree often. It is essential not to add anything to this water, as it could kill the tree. Second, keeping your tree away from external heat sources. These trees are highly flammable and can easily catch fire if exposed to heat or electricity. If you are interested in buying your own tree this holiday season, you can visit a variety of Christmas tree farms just minutes from downtown Boone.
Speaking of the upcoming holiday season, tree farms will be opening in the coming weeks here in the High Country. While it might be too early to pick out a Christmas tree, an 80-foot red spruce tree from the Pisgah National Forest was chosen to be part of a display in front of the U.S. Capitol building. On Tuesday, Ruby stopped by Watauga High School. Dozens of people gathered around the tree to take pictures and even signed the truck. This will mark 100 years that North Carolina trees have traveled up to D.C. The annual tree lighting ceremony is scheduled for November 29th.
A local nonprofit in the High Country is getting ready to kick off its most significant project of the year. Based in Boone, Samaritan's Purse is kicking off its Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Collection Week. Operation Christmas Child is a national campaign by Samaritan's Purse to collect shoeboxes for children in third world countries who do not have access to viable resources. Supporters are encouraged to pack hygienic supplies, school supplies, and toys, among other essentials. National Collection Week will run November 14th through the 21st, and if you are interested in packing your own shoebox, you can visit www.samaritanspurse.com and search for the keyword Operation Christmas Child.
The Watauga County Board of Education will now be able to place a resource officer in every school after receiving a grant from the North Carolina Center for Safer Schools. The school board has made it a priority to increase the number of resource officers for years. This was the board's second grant from the state. The grant will allow for each school to have a full-time grant-funded officer. While the money only covers 2/3 of the cost for each officer, county commissioners will be funding the difference.
The Appalachian Theater in downtown Boone is celebrating 84 years in the High Country. On November 14th, High Country residents are invited to celebrate the historic theater's birthday. Activities include a photo booth, face painting, a classic newsreel, and several family-friendly short animated films. The landmark Boone Cinema was built in 1938 but was closed in 2007 due to a lack of funds for a digital cinema upgrade. In 2008, the building was stripped of all original material, and the town of Boone purchased the theater in 2011. Revitalization efforts began in 2018, and the theater reopened to the public in 2019. You can join in on the celebration this Monday at 5:30 p.m. Admission is free and open to the public.
It's officially my favorite time of the year again. Acapellageddon is back. The event, which is hosted by Apps and Campus Activities, features an amazing showcase with different a cappella groups. Although the forecast is calling for rain showers this weekend, Acapellageddon will be held in the Schaefer Center tomorrow evening. The event starts at 6 and ends at 8. For more information or to purchase tickets, you can visit the Apps Instagram page at ASU_apps and click on the link in their bio.
Now, Holly, my favorite music to listen to here in the High Country, especially Boone, is bluegrass. Do you have a specific music taste you like here in the High Country?
I listen to a lot of rock. I work downstairs at the station. However, our correspondent Chloe Holland shares some musical talents and tunes right here in Boone.
We have a lot of different events here. The Jam has been going for maybe close to 15 years now, and it's kind of the only weekly public gathering for this style of like mountain music, pre-bluegrass music with fiddles and banjos. Well, I love it. Being a musician and music lover, we have a music lesson program that takes place here 2 nights a week. We have indoor concerts in the fall, winter, spring. We have summer concerts on the lawn. So this is just like the Jones house that I know and love. The Thursday night jam is a community event. It's not a performance. They're not professional musicians, and often there's just as much like talking about what people did this week or that kind of thing, a gathering of friends, just as much as the music.
Well, that's a recap on Old Jam Night here at the Jones House on King Street. If you're interested in coming out to Old Time Acoustic Jams Night, the event is held every Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Feel free to engage in other events held at the Jones House, and for any other questions or concerns, please contact Brandon at brandon.holder@townofboone.net. And for the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Chloe Holland. Back to you.
Is looking for volunteers to break the cycle of poverty by partnering with families and communities in the high country. WAMY stands for Watauga, Ashe, Mitchell, and Yancey counties. They provide the disadvantaged with tools and resources they need to become self-sufficient. The organization reports 66 homes were repaired at no cost. This is an excellent opportunity for those who need volunteer hours and those who just want to lend a helping hand in their community. For more information, you can visit www.wamycommunityaction.org.
The FIFA World Cup is just 9 days away from starting, and a local restaurant is preparing for the tournament by hosting watch parties. Boone Saloon on King Street is widely known for being a destination for soccer fans, and they plan to continue delivering to their consumers by streaming every World Cup game on their TVs. Boone Saloon will also host a watch party for all 3 of the USA men's national team group stage games and any other games they play if they progress into the knockout rounds.
Boone Saloon is the premier soccer place in the high country. So what we're going to do is what we always do, and that is have all the TVs on the World Cup on every single game except for Thanksgiving. And then we will also have a beer special. We got Oscar Blues has a Oscar Lager, and they paired up with American Outlaws, so we'll have that on special for USA game days. And then we'll be opening at noon. During the group stages, USA play all the Western Hemisphere plays at 2, so we have plenty of time for that. Definitely recommend that people get here as soon as we open up, especially for USA game days. Boone Saloon is the premier soccer place.
The World Cup kicks off Sunday, November 20th with hosts Qatar facing Ecuador at 11 a.m. The United States play their first game November 21st against Wales with kickoff at 2 p.m. So make sure to stop by Boone Saloon to join in on the World Cup experience.
Speaking of sports, Holly, have you ever considered all the moving parts that goes into a live sports newscast?
I definitely have, and it takes a lot of work behind the scenes. Our reporter Lea Johnson shows us what goes into recording live sports at App State.
Everyone loves to watch the App State sports games, sometimes in person and sometimes at home on ESPN+. Today we are going behind the scenes of App State athletics.
Now the starters for your App State Mountaineers.
Students and App State staff are behind this operation of broadcasting for ESPN+. They work together as a team using cameras, footage replay, and headsets to create a successful live show.
My favorite part is when we get fan shots and there's someone that you get on camera that's like so excited and you can tell it like made their entire day. There was a little boy sitting behind my family at the last football game, and his dad was talking to my dad saying like, oh my God, like your daughter just made his dreams come true because you got him on cam. So it's definitely like making people's days. It's so much fun.
Each student employee has a specific responsibility during the game.
Definitely being down on the field for any sport is really fun, so just working cameras.
Some students work cameras, and they are responsible for getting all the action down on the field.
Hardest part is sometimes in football it's hard to find the ball, and you do get faked out sometimes, and I'm like, dang it, I just got faked out by what was supposed to fake me out, but that's not supposed to happen to me because I have to get all of it.
During the game, the broadcast director communicates with the employees over the headsets about which camera is going live and what kind of footage they need.
I would recommend researching like all the different sports prior to starting working, and just kind of, having a really positive attitude, to just get out there and do it.
With the Appalachian Weekly News, I'm Lea Johnson.
Speaking of sports, football season might be coming to a close, although basketball season has just started here at App State. Dylan, have you had a chance to go to a game this week?
I have not. I had to work sadly the last 2 games, but we won big. And also, Alex, could you tell us more about sports this week?
That's right. Basketball season is back, and App State men's basketball program had a dream start with 2 wins this week. App State first Warren Wilson at the Holmes Convocation Center Monday, where they thrashed the Owls 142-74, setting a new program record for most points scored in a single game. App State then secured their second victory last night at home against NC Central. The Mountaineers beat the Eagles 79-74 in overtime. The Black and Gold returned to action Tuesday against Louisville at 6 p.m. with the game broadcasted on ACC Network. App State women's basketball program had their season opener on the road against Conference USA champions UNC Charlotte on Tuesday. It was a tight game between the two sides, with the 49ers winning the game 94-98 against the Mountaineers in double overtime. App State women's basketball returned to action tonight at Richmond, Kentucky to face Eastern Kentucky University. The game starts at 7 p.m. and will be broadcasted live on ESPN+. App State football team is currently on the road to Huntington, West Virginia for their game against Marshall. The Black and Gold are 4th in Group A for the Sun Belt with a record of 5-4 overall and 2-3 in conference play. The Mountaineers should start picking up some wins in order to avoid having their first losing season since 2013, where they finished 4-4 in conference play and 4-8 overall. The Black and Gold will aim to climb up the Sun Belt tomorrow afternoon against Marshall at 3 p.m. with the game live on ESPN+. App State field hockey season came to an end last Saturday in their 3-1 defeat against Miami University in the Mid-American Conference Championship. The Mountaineers had a historical season as they finished 14-6 and earned 10 consecutive wins. Grad student Frederica Stegan racked up her App State career as the all-time assist leader with 31 assists and was named Mid-American Conference Offensive Player of the Year. Not a bad way to end a successful career here at App State. Last week, Appalachian FC announced Mike Raymond as the new general manager for their club. I sat down with Raymond to talk about his new position.
To be able to support my family, make an income while doing something I love, that's why I consider it my dream job.
If you've attended any Appalachian FC games or been to the store, then you definitely ran into Mike Raymond.
Really just asking me if, I knew anybody that might want to be involved. Just knowing that I was involved in the soccer community, and really as soon as he said that, I was like, I might be.
Raymond's involvement made it easy for App FC to find a general manager, with the best candidate already being part of the group.
So the past 8 years, I was a project manager for a construction company out in Banner Elk. This is a great change of pace. Not that this doesn't come along with other sets of stressors and stuff like that, but it's just different. This is something I really love to do. If you look around and look what all we have to keep moving and stuff like that, but for me, it's just not, it doesn't seem like work. It's just more, it's fun. I love the sport. I love all the people that are involved with the ownership group. It's a fun group to be around.
With Raymond now being full-time with App FC, he now has more time to make the team more involved within the community.
Some things that I'll be able to do now is, and a couple really cool things is, one, hoping to start in the second semester of the K-8 schools, but introducing a reading program. So if kids read a certain number of books or a certain number of pages, however we structure it, then, leading into the summer when they have games, we can give those kids that have read books tickets or season tickets or hats or merchandise or whatever it may be.
App FC's rapid growth has been huge for the soccer community, being highlighted by the county.
it's exceeded everybody. And then, you know, to win Startup Business of the Year in 2021, you know, to be recognized for growing so quickly and, you know, being successful, it was nice.
That's all I have for sports this week. Dylan, Holly, back to you.
Thanks, Alex, and hopefully the women's basketball team will be able to pick up a win tonight. Members of the Appalachian newspaper based here in Boone took to Washington, D.C. a couple of weeks ago for Media Fest 22. The newspaper won 19 National Media Awards. In addition to these awards, their advisor, Allison Bennett Dyke, was recognized as a 4-year Distinguished Newspaper Advisor for 2022. That's not all. The Associated College Press announced the Appalachian Weekly News was among the top student broadcasts in the United States, winning the Broadcast Pacemaker Award.
Yes, I have to say this is a very nice plaque.
Yes, and we here at AWN would like to thank our advisor, Jim Newman, who works very hard, and last year's producer and director, Connor Davidson and Zach Masters. We couldn't do what we love without you all.
That's all we have for today. On behalf of everyone here at the Appalachian Weekly News, we extend our sincere appreciation to our veterans for their service. And we thank you for joining us on this edition of the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Holly Hodges.
And I'm Dylan Henson. Be sure to join us next week for more news and sports. Stay dry and safe out there, and thanks for watching.